Hey everybody, oh, Doom here from Dungeon Doom Biscuit. Happy Valentine's Day. While Lady Doom is taking a nap, and my children, my adult children aren't here obviously, but when my young children are still at home, are out with their grandparents, doing fun guy stuff, we are here in the shop, gluing this box shut. This is some Power Crunch high protein snack bar, birthday cake flavored. I'm going to take a wild stab and say that's something my 8-year-old eats. I don't eat it. I didn't know I had it, or I'd have probably stole one. I'm going to take this nifty little box that I like the shape of it. I'm going to turn this into something cool. Something cool. Like what? I don't know. Something interesting. I just saw the box. I didn't really have a plan besides that. Let's get some cardboard corrugated from a coffee box. It's shiny on one side, it's corrugated showing on the other side. I'm going to get a straight edge. I'm going to follow this line. Just like that. And I don't know if this side's straight or not. So I'm just going to follow the line and cut that off too. Cool, 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 cool. I'm going to whack off the end here on one side. Just like that. Then, I'm going to glue that on my box. Get an idea how that sits. Now that I have that idea, just like that. Now I'm going to set my box up so this sits flush. Along with the bottom, and I'm going to whack this off. A little bit wonky, no problem. Snip that off. Alright, now let's do this side. That should be easy enough. I'm going to do something very similar. I'm going to snag that down to the bottom. Make that flush. I'm going to get scissors to cut this so it'll be a little easier on my hands. Nice. Nice, good and flush, just the way I wanted. I'm just using the box and the scissors to get that shape the way I want it. That one's a little off. I'm just going to come back and snip that a little bit. There we go. Too easy. Okay. Now, this didn't join up nicely, so I'm just going to get some cardstock. So I have some cereal box here. All I'm going to do is cut some long, thin, strap-looking pieces. And I'm hoping those kind of go over a little bit, and they do. I'm going to make that a little bit fancy. How's that go? Just like that. Okay. Let me get a dibby dab of glizzy. No, I don't mean a hot dog, because I don't call hot dogs glizzy, because I'm not a psychopath. Apparently, there's people that have called hot dogs glizzies for many, many years, and I was unaware of such a thing. If I had known, I would have been openly in revolt, refusing to acknowledge that anyone is allowed to call hot dogs glizzies. This one's kind of wonky in my cut, so I'm just going to do something with this real quick with my knife here to kind of straighten that out a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't want it to be that crazy. So I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. Probably still not perfect, but it's definitely better than it was. We go back to that seam I was working on. There it is. Okay. And I want this one to sit about as far in as that one did, so I'm just going to do that and dry fit it. Too easy. Too easy. Cool, cool. Something like that. My box is starting to come together. What's it look like? What's it supposed to be? We don't know yet. I don't like the scissors I'm using. I'm going to grab a different pair right quick. And I'm going to snip this, following these folds as close as I can to get straight lines. Something like that. And where's my piece set? Is that going to fit in there? Not quite. Now it fits in there with a little bit of a gap, just what I wanted. I'm going to fold that up. I'm going to glue this thing on. What am I building yet? I don't know. A piece of terrain of some sort. That's what I know. Something that's got options. Something that can be different things. Maybe it could be a building if you turn it this way or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just building because I want to build. Sometimes that's the best thing to do, is just decide you want to build and build. So we know I have a straight edge on this already. So we can cut some cool 3D pieces from this that are going to be straight. So I'm just following the natural grooves of the corrugation. And I just move my thingy bob. And I'm just going to make these approximately 2 corrugations wide. And I'm going to make it interesting. So I'm just going to come here. We're going to send the bead of glue. That was kind of thick, but thin would be better. That one there. One there. Just like that. I'm going to snip those off. I have that one thinner one. I'm going to put that down the middle. This should make it a little more interesting, I'm thinking. Just adding layers. Really is all I'm doing. This side here is a little shitty. I have some thin piece here. Maybe I'm gonna... No, that's not the one I want. Let me think. Let me think. Let's cut this one. I want to cover the side up with 2 3-wide or 4 wides. So let's do 4 wides. Again, just cutting corrugated cardboard along the corrugations, making it 4 wide. 4 corrugations wide is my measurement I'm using. I don't want to put a whole lot of thought into this and ruin the craft. Okay, where was that side that I hated? There it is. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to put that on there and I'll snip off the excess. 2 lines, flush that up with that edge. Get our glue stick. Flush that up with the edge. Try to make it centered, not centered, but the same as that side if I can. I'll do one in the middle. We're getting a ton of detail out of a couple pieces of cardstock. Or not cardstock, cardboard. Okay. That side's still a little boring. That's boring. That's okay. This is boring. Let's get more of this. Let's try to use a lot of this piece up. This one side of copy box is going to be our sacrificial lamb for this project. So that is a 5 wide. 5 corrugations wide, which is I don't know, an inch and an eighth. I don't know. I didn't really plan for that. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to cut this flat. Get a happy helping of glue, a healthy, happy helping of glue. I'm going to push that out past the edge a little bit. Snip that off. Snip that off. I don't like the way this looks. So let's make it a little more interesting. We'll glue that on this side over here. Got a right angle. Let's cut another piece. Let's go back to the 4 or 5, I mean. Do another 5. 5 corrugations wide. Just like that. We'll snip that end off flush. Okay. I'm going to glue this on at an angle this way, I'm thinking. Like that. And then we'll just come over here and snip that off. And guess what? Snip that off. Need to add something down here to balance this out so that it sits flush on the tabletop. Something like that. Okay. This does not want to behave. That's too easy. So we're going to get something really thin. Something like that. But we're going to do it with this piece that's not smushed. Okay, get it on there good and mushed, something like that. And I think it'll help it stand up a little better. With this side, I'm going to put the glue on the stick so I don't have a deficit in length. Ow, it burns. Ow, it burns. La, 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 la. Okay, sitting flush. Sitting flush. This is a little lumpy right here. This has like a bump in the mat. But we can make sure we have nothing that's going to affect it negatively. All right, let's make this a little more exciting here with some of this cardstock, just so it's not so damn boring. There we go. Something like that. And something like that. So this will work in Star Wars or any kind of sci-fi because it can look nice, and if you scatter garbage around it, it can look trashed. But what I wanted is something that's going to be easy to work with and something easy. It's going to be easy to paint and work on. So all we have to do now is paint this box black. So the easiest way to do that, in my opinion, is with spray paint. I'm going to get a paint lid. I'm I'm going to mount that box on there and let that cool while I clean up my mess and put some of my tools away. For those of you that have watched the channel for a long time, you'll know that I used to be, pardon me, I'm having weird hiccup burp things. I used to be pretty meticulous about keeping my area nice. And since I've been back, I've not been. And it got to the point where it was so nasty down here that I had to stop for like 40 minutes and do some real cleaning before I could even consider crafting anything, because I couldn't find tools and stuff. They were like in the pile of cardboard and garbage. If you have a air gun or an air nozzle or a blow dryer like I use, hot air gun, you can get all the real small particulates off pretty easily. Okay, so we're going to paint it like this. I'm actually going to make it into 2 videos, I think, to do that. So let's do a little more cool detail on this, some small stuff to make it interesting, okay? So to do that, to make it interesting, what I'm going to do is try to get my drawer open. Damn it. Something stuck in my drawer. Oh, there was scissors. Alright, hold on, my drawer is all in disarray now. Too much stuff in my dividers. Fixing that. Snippers can't go in there, that's why. Okay, no problem. Scissors can't go in there. And scissors can't go in there. Fixed it all. Okay, cool. Cool. What was I getting? Can't remember what I was getting out of here. Oh, that's right. Those. And just a piece of scrap cardstock will do the job for the next one. Something like this. This is like some kind of D&D card. Get my poker. Where's your poker at, Doom? Find my poker. That's not it. Fake poker. Next. Where the shit is my good poker? Lost my good poker, folks. Give me a moment to locate it. Found my good poker. There it is. So I'm going to use some studs. This probably would have been easier before I put it on that, but that's okay. We just won't put it on that side and it'll be all right. Get a little bit of glue here. Oh, look at that. Prophylactic. Sweens. You saw that. All right. Pardon me. Using these purple ones that I opened last week. I'm just going to put these in different spots to make things interesting on my build. Come on. There we go. Okay, something like that. Maybe we'll put a couple here. Now I will tell you, on the slimier, like shiny kind of cardboard, these seem to bond better, and I have less problems getting them to stay where I want them to. And on rough cardboard, where you don't get like that suction from surface tension, I don't get the same result. So these have to sit for a moment. And you could probably even hit them with a hot air gun. It would help your cause, I'm sure. Okay. Let's try the hot air gun and see what it does. Maybe it'll blow them off. Seems to be decent for what I wanted. Got a rag soaked in stuff I used to clean my workbench there. So here, I don't really know if I need anything like that here, but I can use some here for sure. So I'm going to do the same thing. Where's my super glue? It blew away. And my phone unplugged too while I was at it. See if I can plug my phone back in. We don't want that dying. All right. A little bit of super glue. Put some up here on the thiso. you go. Stay there. Maybe one up here. Maybe one down there. Really, you can just do whatever you want with this part. How much effort you want to put on at this point. I really enjoy putting these on when they're not getting stuck in the glue or being shot all over the place. When these are behaving and I'm having a decent time with them, this is one of my favorite parts of these kind of crafts. I forget to do it a lot. Now, maybe this is not, you don't have these, and maybe you don't have a paper cutter that does little holes or whatever you're missing. There's other options out there in the world for you, for damn sure. Let me get a piece of cardstock and a pair of scissors. Let's make a fucking mess. So let's just say you don't have those. You can cut a really thin piece of cardstock like this, and you can make yourself little square studs or bolts or rivets or whatever you need. And they have a completely different look, and they're neat and cool. And so if you can see what I'm doing, I'm just cutting it at about making it a square, Not even a perfect square, just a quick square. Then I want to kind of corral those together so I can see where they're at. Get rid of my cardstock, throwing it in a box to my side here. Then we can do the same exact kind of technique. Grab a piece, dip it in glue, put it on. Okay. And you want to have these kind of weird angles so that they don't look too squared off with your construction. Oh, lost one. There we go. We'll bring it right back up here. Oh, come on. Stay there. Oh, now it's on my thumb. There we go. So this is fun. It's very cathartic and not cathartic. I don't know if that's the cathartic would be like it's very life-changing. It's not very life-changing. It's very soothing. It's a fun and easy thing to do. Costs nothing to do except for a little bit of one drop of super glue, really, to do 100 of them. There's a knot sticking. There we go. And we're getting done here. Come on, get off there, you bastard. Now, if you're too poor for even these, there is one more thing you can do. So if you're too poor for the super glue, or white Elmer's, or whatever you're going to use, PVA, The other option is you can physically indent things. So I'm just going to take my poker here and poke. Some rivets in that way. If that doesn't work for you, if that's not big enough or you're not happy with that, let's see if I can find a screwdriver or something a little fatter. Oh, come on, I know I put screwdrivers in here today. Yeah, I lost them already. Alright, so anyway, something fatter. I'm going to use a knife here. I'm just going to poke in. And make some rivets. I was going to use a screwdriver to do it, but I couldn't find it. Who knows where it is? I lost my new screwdrivers. You can use these little miniature rasps, these little miniature files to do it. Let's come up here. You don't want to get too intense with your decorating, though, or it's not all going to show at all times, and you're putting a lot of effort in that not everybody's going to see. So whatever you have to work with is the best material, is the point I'm making. So let's take a break. I'm going to go paint this black, and then we'll come back and work on it. Do me a favor, though. If you're enjoying the content, please play the video in reverse to get some more crafting tips that are hidden in the context of satanic panic whispering. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, and all that stuff to help make the channel grow. I got some spider webs I should have dealt with long ago. I'm just going to hit those real quick and get rid of those, 'cause I don't like spider webs. Not a fan. While I'm doing this, let me think about something here. If you wanted one of the sides to be kind of tore up and battle damaged, you could do that pretty easy. So I'm just getting some cardboard, burnt here with fire. Then I'm going to get something sharp, like a knife or a scraper of some sort. I'm going to knock that crap out. Just like that. And this side's going to be damaged up some. Let me get something a little sharper. Something like this. And this can make it look like a creature has been jumping up and trying to scratch its way in. And it didn't take any extra effort to do that. It was real quick and real easy. And when the finished product, I'm hoping, looks pretty good. Now, if you're worried about that stuff coming loose after you paint it, all you got to do is get a toothbrush or a wire brush and just knock all the loose crap off if you're worried about it. Okay? I'm not really worried about it because I've done it enough that I kind of know how it's going to look. But I'm going to paint this, and we'll come back and do a part 2. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.